this is the sucker spawn. It's a classic go-to egg pattern that works wherever trout are found. It works in all seasons, but I find it especially productive in the wintertime. You can find the full article on the sucker spawn at troutbitten.com in the link below. The yarn we're using is a 4-strand acrylic yarn. You're going to take this strand and separate it into 2 pieces, and each piece will have 2 strands. You want to twist that strand to sort of tighten everything up before you grab it in the middle, form a loop, and then tie that loop on the top of the hook. We're going to treat this loop like a tail and tie it in the way you would on any fly. Tight thread wraps on top, and then it's real important to take the thread in behind the loop, behind that tail, up against the shank with a couple tight wraps there. That'll really anchor it in and keep the tail from sliding down after a couple trout take it. Make for a more solid fly. Then you're going to take both these strands here and just double them up, pull them back, form 2 loops that you're going to tie down on top of the hook. It's real important to keep everything on top of the hook as much as you can. All the loops, all the rows are going to end up on top of the hook. That's the first row. Pull it back, get the thread in front, a few firm wraps on top of these loops, this pair of loops. We'll anchor everything in. Pull the yarn back, advance the thread, and now let's do the 3rd row. On a number 14 hook like this, I do 3 rows of loops. Pull the yarn back and advance the thread close to the eye. You really don't want to crowd the eye here. Clip that off as close as you can, and then start building up the thread head. One of the things that makes this sucker spawn so effective is the contrast between the bright thread and the yarn. That gives it a nucleus effect. You'll see here too, this acrylic yarn sort of breaks up on the outside of the pattern surrounding the yarn, kind of providing the look of a halo. And the yarn itself has a very natural translucence to it, and that's a real trigger for trout, and it makes for a very effective fly. So you can find the Troutbitten Fly Box companion article on the sucker spawn at the troutbitten.com link below. Check that out. I hope this works for you, and thanks for watching.